Times can be tough with inflation. In a way, you kind of have to make your money stretch. And that unfortunately includes art supplies. For example, I was in the market for some acrylic paint recently. Though I have lots of oils, my collection of acrylic paint isn't that big. So I go shopping. Now I could just go to where I usually go, which is dickblick.com. With about $170, I could have bought 11 paints from them. But I didn't go that route. Instead, with $170 something, I ended up buying way more than 11 tubes of paint. Yes, way more. And more. And more. And to top it off, I got some bonuses with it, such as larger paint tubes, plus some paintbrushes for detailing, and even a painting tray, and a spray, and a slow drying medium. This I might actually use, but with all honesty, I still prefer using water. I like the challenge that acrylic dries quickly. In case you're wondering how I got such a great deal, well, it's kinda easy, but it required a little bit of work. eBay. Hello and welcome. My name is Charlambos. I go by Bob, and I'm not your typical painter. And today, I'm going to talk about how I like to save money by shopping on eBay. Yes, eBay. Surprisingly, it's one of my favorite places to shop when it comes to buying art supplies. I used to like to shop at a local art supply store called Lions, but unfortunately they are now permanently closed. But I'll be honest, when it comes to very specific things, I do like to go online. And at dickblick.com, that is where I can find the exact colors I need, or paintbrushes. But if you're not so picky on what you need exactly, eBay is a very great option. Again, you have to be a little bit less picky in this scenario. And you also have to be willing to spend quite a bit of money initially, because when you buy in bulk, you actually save versus buying a single tube of paint. So in ways, it's better to buy a bunch of paint versus a single paint. Yes, I'm not probably going to use every color in that collection that I recently purchased, but I think about the value, and I could always resell what I don't want. Anyways, I'm going to show a quick demo on how I hunt for deals on eBay by actually going on eBay and showing some results and how I think when I go through lots and lots of listings. Anyhow, let's get to eBay. Let's start by going to ebay.com. And for the demo, I will be shopping for some oil paint today. When I try to search for the paint, I try to be very vague. The more vague, the more results you will get. And I like to use also the keyword lot. That is why I typed oil paint lot. Now let's see the search results that were generated. I like to sort by newly listed. The reason behind that is because if a deal is very good, it will not last long. Also be careful, in this scenario, there's lots of scams too. But that's usually from high demand items, like PS5s. We are just searching for boring art supplies after all. Now let's see the results. Now this batch of paint is actually quite a good deal. 15 plus bucks and roughly under 7 in shipping. This is actually a pretty good deal for a little more than $20, plus tax of course. But I'm not gonna buy it. Why? Well, because it is student grade paint. I am shooting for something more on the artist grade. But for a beginner or someone that is new to art, this is not a bad deal. This listing most likely will be gone by the time I upload this video. So let's refine the search. Instead of typing oil paint lot, I will search instead for Winsor Newton Oil Lot. It's the brand I'm very familiar with, and a very popular one too, and usually pretty good for the price you pay. Again, I'm searching by newly listed, because good deals don't last long. At the top of the results, there's the Winsor student grade that we saw earlier, but let's scroll down further and see if we could find a really good deal on some Winsor Newton Artist grade paint. And this one looks appealing. Let's take a closer look at the actual listing now, and see what it contains, and some other important details. Things I like to look for are colors I actually use, and also the value that I am getting. This could be very different for everyone. I really don't care for earth tones or neutral colors, such as burnt sienna, raw umber, or Mars black. nor do I care for hues, which are made to mimic more expensive paints. But I do like to look for the cadmiums, the cobalts, and other particular colors that I use, such as alizarin crimson, viridian, and cerulean blue. In a way, mostly series 4 and 5. This is an auction, so I closely look at the paints that I'm willing to actually own, which is about 10 of them. And of those paints I'm interested in, they go for roughly between $15 to $20 each. The auction is currently at $75 and $16 shipping. Also, very important to note, it is from Canada. But it is okay if you buy from a Canadian seller, especially this one since they have 100% feedback. So I'm gonna put this listing on my watch list. The most I'm willing to spend is about $100 plus $16 for shipping. Why? Because it does not include a lot of colors that I'm willing to use, and I do not want to go through the trouble of reselling what I do not need. Now let's take a look at some more listings. The key to finding a very good deal is to always be on the lookout and to go through listings one by one, especially if you're vague with your search words. And there's a good chance you might not spot a good deal right away. And that is okay. You can always check another day. And sometimes it's an auction, and that means you have to wait for a particular time when it ends. But remember, a listing with a really good buy it now price won't last long. Anyhow, let's check out this listing right here. It features Winsor Newton Artist Oils, and 74 of them at $440 with free shipping. Each tube of paint is about $6. This is actually a very good deal if you're looking for a lot of different colors. But for me, I'm very selective for my oils, and in ways, most of the colors in this listing are not to my taste. But let's say just by chance the seller listed it for $200 only, I would have bought it in a heartbeat and just resold what I did not want. And if you're not looking to spend this kind of money, send the seller a message. Never hurts to ask for a lower price. Just do not send a very low insulting offer. And if you add the listing to your watch list, the seller might send you an offer at one point that might be too good to pass. But for me, this listing is a no, but it is well priced and the seller has 100% feedback. Now let's look at some more listings. I don't just look at large listings, sometimes I look at smaller ones too. This one only has 2 tubes, a red and a black. I'm definitely going to pass on this because I don't care for the red that's included, and I definitely do not care for the black either. But let's say it was 2 colors I actually do use, I will definitely buy them. It's always good to stock up and not overspend when you're in need of a particular color. Now this listing here, in my personal opinion, is overpriced. It does include 2 cadmiums and a cerulean blue as well, but every other color is a series 1. And for about $80, I don't think this listing is worth it. Especially for me, because I do not use neutral colors, such as the blacks and earth tones that are included. So this is definitely a listing I will pass, even if I wanted the colors included. It's just not good enough of a deal. Now let's look at some more listings. Even though I'm looking for paint, I also keep an eye out for other listings, such as paintbrushes and mediums. I'm not really looking for things I need now, more so what I might need later down the road. I do like to stock up when a deal is very good. Now let me go into detail on how I get some of my better deals, and that involves auctions. In order to do this, I click on auction, but I also choose ending soonest. Why? Well, it's good to check out auctions that are ending very soon before they go away permanently. Plus, it's best to bid at the last few seconds just in case someone tries to outbid you in the end. I have won and lost auctions by a few pennies. Nothing actually catches my eye right now, except for that one listing that we already saw that is from Canada. Anyhow, let me show you now how I found my listing that I purchased not too long ago. I type in the search engine golden acrylic paint lot. I included golden in the search because I like their paints, and when I'm looking at the listings that pop up, I am more interested in the heavy body paints. But I did not include heavy body because it might have limited the search
to only sellers that used heavy body in their title, nor did I include specific colors or even size. The more vague, the better the results. But you have to go through each listing one by one and click on the listings that interest you based on what is included and the overall price. And if it's an auction, watch it and try to plan on bidding at the last few seconds. This listing here has colors I like, and the price is right so far. Don't forget also to factor the shipping costs as well, and taxes of course. And lastly, check out when the auction is going to end. At the time of this video, it looks like there's 5 days and 22 hours left. So I'm definitely going to put this on my watch list. And if the auction remains under $25 total, I might place a bid. Plus the seller has 100% positive feedback and experience as well. Let's try a different kind of search now. Instead of searching with vague keywords, we are going to be a little more specific. So I type in cerulean blue oil Winsor. Still a little vague, but a little more specific. And in this scenario, I'm going to make sure I select all so I can see both auction and buy it now listings. Let's check out the results now. Unfortunately, nothing screams a good deal. I'm also going to try newly listed just to see if anything great popped up recently. And again, I don't see anything that is a great deal. That is why when you buy in bulk, usually you save and the cost per item or paint is a lot cheaper. Let's try another color, cobalt blue. Let's scroll down and look at the results. And let's check out this one listing here that has cobalt blue on its own. As you can see, the price is $12 plus $4.47 for shipping, so that's about $17. The price is not too hot, but besides that, the seller seems like he has some bad feedback too. So let's check it out. So let's see some of the risk we are taking on if we purchase from them. Yeah, after briefly reading his feedback, I'm definitely gonna pass this listing, especially since the price is not too hot as well. If the tube was say $10 total, which would have been a steal, it would have been worth the risk of a headache. Let's now try one more search, this time a medium. And it will be golden retarder, which is something that makes acrylic paints dry slower. And in this scenario, I'm also going to show how sometimes it's better just to buy from Dick Blick or another online website, or how you can save money by getting the larger size. But first, let's search on eBay by sorting the results with the lowest prices first. And by the looks of it, the best offer is $14.99 with free shipping for a 4-ounce bottle of retarder. Now, let's see how much this goes for on dickblick.com. I go to their website and I type the keywords in their search and the result pops up. But as you can see, they have different sizes available at different prices. And on their website, a 4-ounce bottle goes for only $9.58. But there's a catch. You have to pay for shipping. Unless you order more things from the same website, then they offer you free shipping. And I highly recommend you do that and think of things you might need, say maybe a different color or a paintbrush, or maybe you're running low on terpenoid. Do whatever it takes to get the free shipping. And if you're patient, they usually have sales on holidays. Now here's another way you can save money, and that is by buying a larger size. If you're doing a lot of painting, 4 ounces is not a lot. It's going to cost you roughly $2.40 per ounce. But if you get the larger 32-ounce jar, it will only cost $1.26 an ounce. Yes, you are going to spend more money, but you will get more for less. But before you check out, let's see if there's a better deal on eBay for the 32-ounce jar. I do like to shop around for good deals. So let's take a look. So instead of searching just for the golden retarder, I will include 32 in the search. Immediately, I see a jar for $34.99 plus free shipping. The seller does not have perfect feedback, but it's okay, it doesn't look too bad. Plus, they have a very good track record of selling 60,000 items, so that's pretty impressive. And I saved $5 versus Dick Blick. If there was a very good holiday sale, such as spend $100, get $20 off, I would have probably changed my mind and bought it from Blick and looked for specific things I needed. But if I want to buy this jar only, eBay is the way to go. Plus, they got your back. Let's say it's not what's advertised, or the package came damaged, you can open a complaint. But contact the seller first. to see if you could work things out. It might go a lot smoother than, say, you just go straight to eBay. Everyone makes mistakes, including the sellers. But if the seller is not cooperative, by all means, open a case with eBay. But warning, it might take a week or so to get your money back.
If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found some value in this video, and as well as found some value in some art supplies. I know times can be tough financially sometimes. That's why I find it very important to be able to stretch your money when it comes to buying art supplies and getting the most bang for your buck in a way. Anyhow, if you like these kind of videos that are not painting related, let me know in the comments. Honestly, I've been struggling with my current painting and I needed to do something that was a little different, such as how to save money when it comes to art supplies. Once again, my name is Charlenbos. I go by Bob, and I'm not your typical painter. Until next time, bye.